Now let's talk about how to prevent these tax penalties. In my experience, I usually will classify all of the points and the reasons I have discussed above into two main categories. And that is to say, I think there are two principal reasons why small businesses get tax penalties. And those are late filings and wrong filings. I see late filings usually like a management problem. That is something that the small business can easily manage. And I see wrong filing like a quality problem. That is something that the business owner might find outside help to help them manage if they are not financially inclined. And in most cases, they are not. So let's discuss more about this. Yeah, late filings here simply means that you didn't file on time, as simple as that. So it is either maybe you file 1 or 2 days late, or you failed to file completely and then the tax authority came with a letter and you had to file on a later date, and all of that comes with penalties. The way to prevent this, I think that is something that management first of all can handle by simply being aware of the timeline for filing all the different taxes that have to be filed. It is not very difficult to go out there and just browse to know what is the filing deadline for sales tax for your business in your particular province or in a particular region or country where you are. To solve the issue of lateness, the business owner simply needs to keep a compliance calendar, or what I simply call a checklist. So it can be something that you keep on Excel and just have check boxes that you check every month. On this checklist, you simply have to have for every tax that you're supposed to declare for your kind of business, the deadline for declaring the tax, and have 1 week before that deadline to follow up with your bookkeeper or your accountant or your tax person to know whether maybe they are on track to declare it, and have them report to you once they have declared it. Right? That will totally and completely reduce the probability of you failing to declare your tax on time by 90%. The other big part is wrong filings. And for wrong filings, I call this a quality problem. And quality problem is really difficult usually for a small business owner to solve by themselves because they are not finance experts. And of course, that is why they hire a bookkeeper or a tax person to help them with their taxes. So the optimum solution for me is if you already have somebody in-house who is your accountant, but that accountant does not have all the capabilities that are needed, you should just hire some extra help from outside. So maybe hire some professional, the same like we discussed earlier, hire a professional who has the experience. Depending on the level of complexity of your transaction, this professional might just come at the end of every week for 1 or 2 hours to check what the accountant is doing in terms of bookkeeping, in terms of categorization of transactions, and then come at the end of the month if you're doing your sales tax to also double check that the values in the reports are fine, the sales, the expenses have been reported correctly, and the amount that have been determined as taxes to be declared are also done correctly. And that will be something that he does for maybe 1 or 2 hours before you do the filing, and that will ensure that your bookkeeping is fine, the numbers are fine, and your tax declarations are fine. This particular element really goes a long way to reduce the probability of your tax filing, and you do this without having to, recruit that expert in-house.